Now that I'm able to successfully collect coins, the next logical thing to do would be to have somewhere on my screen that is an indicator for how many coins I've collected. So we're going to start creating our user interface, our UI. In order to do this, the simplest way we can, I'm going to right click and I'm going to create a new UI object. Now, I'm going to demonstrate this first using text, but a lot of people like to use Text Mesh Pro. This has a couple of extra bells and whistles on it, things that make it easier to use. I'll do a demonstration on how to use Text Mesh Pro in a little bit, but first let's just use a basic text. Now, I've got canvas and text, and I accidentally parented it again. I'm gonna pull that off. So I'd like to edit my text, but first I have to find it. Now you'll notice I've got this line right here. I'm gonna zoom out and you'll see that I've got this big rectangle out here. It's enormous. And there's my text right there. So this is actually not going to be this big. It's going to get scaled down to fit on top of my screen. I would like the text box to go in this upper corner. So I can just use my move tool to move my text box up here into the corner. Now, before I do anything else, I want to talk about the anchor. Right here, this X is the anchor. What that means is when this text box is created, it'll be created in relation to the anchor. And the thing that's really nice about that is if I'm using a different size screen, this UI will automatically adjust. So right now the anchor's in the center of the screen. So if I used a larger screen, it would say, well, I want it to be this far away from the center. Now for ours, I'm gonna go ahead and take the anchor right here, and I'm gonna say I actually want the anchor to be in the top left corner. So now if my screen changes size, my text box will position itself in relation to the upper left corner. Okay, so I'm going to name this text box the score display. Now let's call it the coin display. And the text is going to say coins 0. Now I can go in here and I can change the fonts, but actually right now we only have one font added, so we can add fonts elsewhere another time, but I can adjust the size. Okay, so now I've adjusted the size, but my text went away, and that's because my box is now too small. So let's go ahead and adjust the width. We'll adjust the height. Okay, now you can see it. Okay, now color. Let's pick a brighter color. There we go. All right, so just to show what it's doing right now, I'm going to push play. You'll see that even though my canvas was enormous, my coin display is still showing up in the upper left corner. However, it's not interacting with my game right now. So even though I'm collecting coins, my coins text box is not interacting with me. So let's fix that. Now, within my game manager, that is going to be the thing that's going to manage this text box here. So let's go ahead and go into the game manager script. You can see right here, all that I have so far is coins. So what I want to do is add in the text box. So I'm going to say that I have a public text Not a text alignment, just a text. Now, my autofill doesn't have that right now, and the reason for that is because text is a part of the UI library. Now, up here at the top, these are the libraries that we're using. I have to take a moment to tell Unity that we are going to use the UI library. So all I have to do is say I'm going to use Unity Engine.ui. Okay, and now we see public text that is working. So I've got a public text box called coin display. Okay, I'm going to push Control S to save it. And then going back into Unity, my game manager has a coin display. It's asking for where it is. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to grab the coin display and I'm going to say, this is it. That's the coin display. Going back into our script, anytime we update, I want it to tell me how many coins I have. So on update, I want to say coin display dot text is equal to coins, and then plus coins, my variable coins. So that means every time the frame updates, I want it to look at my variable and say, how many coins do you have? And update that text box up there. So Control S to save. Let's go back and let's test it out. We should have something that'll update every time I get a coin. Okay, so right now it starts off with coins equal to 0. Eat it. Oh, coins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get through here, get to our 6, 7, 8, 9 coins. All right, so now we have something that will keep score for us.